Okay, guys, so today we're going to look at the labs for this section for module number 2. Basically, there are 4 virtual labs that we're going to do. We're just going to make one video. We're not going to create a video for every one. These are focusing on DoD and OSI model encapsulation, decapsulation. And we're going to learn to use a program called Wireshark, which is a really, really handy program if you're ever going to be a network administrator, if you ever have anything to do with networking. Wireshark is very important. So let's go ahead and look at what we have. All right, so here we are, 2.6 lab. This is the OSI model. This is a walkthrough of encapsulation, decapsulation in the OSI model. So the overview using Wireshark, we're going to look at encapsulation and decapsulation with relation to the OSI model. The objectives, we want to learn to use networking tools to observe that. That would be Wireshark. We're going to identify common ports and protocols that we're going to use when sending and receiving packets. The OSI model uses abstraction layers to describe the end-to-end communication. The sender uses encapsulation, so the sender encapsulates it, and the receiver has to decapsulate it to get the original message back. So the tasks: open Wireshark and start it capturing, generate and capture the traffic, analyze a segment, and generate and analyze. ICMP, by the way, is the protocol that is used for ping. All right, so as you're aware, this is the opening page. We're going to use a Windows and a Linux machine and use the arrows down here to navigate. And of course, this little square will act as a counter. So as you accomplish the pieces of this task, numbers will add up in here until you reach 20. So let's go ahead to the next page. And these are the things that we're going to do. First of all, once you create the Windows machine, you're going to ZYWin01. That's the Windows virtual machine. You're going to click Connect to Virtual Machines. And once it starts, you're going to select Wireshark from the Program menu. And basically, the icon you're looking for is a blue shark fin. And at that point, when you click on that, well, let's go back. Once you open the program, it looks like that. And the button that you're looking for inside the program is this blue shark fin. So when you click on it, it'll start capturing internet traffic, and that's what you want it to do. So once you begin capturing packets, this is what it will look like. It's going to start, just lines of packets are going to start scrolling through. So we're going to go to the next page. And we're going to ping. HPing 3 is the latest version of Packet Assembler and Analyzer. HPing 3 sends various network traffic types. And by default, it sends TCP packets. So now you're going to open up the Kali Linux virtual machine. We're going to click on the terminal emulator icon, which is the terminal. Basically, it's just a black screen. In that black screen, you're going to use the sudo keyword, sudo-i, and then you're going to use the HPing3, which is a application that works in the terminal. You're going to type in HPing3 space -c space 10 space -p space 80 space Zywin01. And at that point, it's going to start generating traffic. And so at that point, you should have 5 points in here. You check completion. Select back to the Windows machine. You're going back to Zywin01. You're going to click on the stop button. So once you've started this Linux machine to generating packets, you're going to go back to Windows. You're going to click on the stop button. Remember, this was the icon you clicked to start. There's where you're going to click to stop. You're going to press the enter key, or pardon me. Then you're going to type in a filter, and where you do that is where it says apply display filter. Inside this box, you're going to type in ip.src space == space zy-kali1 and hit enter. That will apply the filter, and you'll see the only type of packets you'll see now are TCP packets that were generated by Kali1. And so that should filter out all the rest of that traffic. And you'll notice that this number will be increasing. We're going to move on to page 4. We're going to analyze it. We're going to look at a packet. So first of all, you're going to select any one of those packets. The bottom panel shows the header information. It shows the header data. Specific applications outside of Wireshark can handle layers 5, 6, and 7. They're not displayed. We're not going to worry about those. We're just looking at what Wireshark will show us. TCP entry correlates to layer 4 because that's where layer 4 happens in the TCP protocol. So you're going to click TCP entry to see any bits associated with the TCP header. So basically you're clicking here. And that is a picture of the layers as the data went through it. So it started with the application layer, presentation layer, the session layer, and then the transport layer. This is where the TCP information is effective. This is where it gets read. Check TCP entry to expand it. You're going to click on that. Since it's a guaranteed communication channel, the header includes a sequence number and an acknowledgement number. And that's what the sender and receiver use back and forth to make sure that the message is reassembled correctly. And then the IP version, or the IP protocol, IPv4, corresponds with layer 3. So TCP happens in layer 4, and then IP works in layer 3. Ethernet 2 entry correlates with layer 2 because Ethernet is that's the MAC address. That's where it works, is in layer 2. And then the copper actually is the physical. That's where the frames are. That's where they're actually sent out over the physical network. That's copper. Those are bits. That's where the ones and zeros live. Okay, to export that package, you're going to file and then export package to sections, and you're going to do it as plain text, so you don't have to open it up in a web browser or anything like that. So file, export packet to sections as plain text. In the documents directory, enter TCP for the file name and click save, and you'll notice your points are being added up here. You check completion. Click the red X the right side to clear the filter, so you're going to get rid of that filter. Remember, we typed it in here. Now you're going to click this red X and it'll go away. Click the blue fin on top to restart the packet capture, and we're going to continue without saving. We're not going to save that because we already exported it. And we're going to send UDP packets this time instead of TCP. And once again, check completion. You'll get numbers here. Go back to ZYN, stop the packet capture. Remember, you're using the red stop button. This time we're going to filter it for UDP. It's going to be IP.source equal Zy-Cali01. This time you're going to get UDP instead of TCP. And then export that dissection just like you did with TCP. You'll fill this up. And then you're going to restart capturing one last time. And you're going to ping. So you're going to go back to Cali after you restart it. And you're going to ping -C for ZYN01. You're going to ping from the Linux machine. You're going to ping the Windows machine 4 times. Check completion again. You'll get numbers here. And then you're going to go back to ZWin. Stop the capture of packets in Wireshark again with the red square. This time you're going to use a filter ICMP because you just want ping. ICMP is the protocol that ping uses when it communicates. You're going to look at a ping packet. You're going to look and see what the header looks like, how it's different from the TCP and UDP headers, and you're going to export that as plain text. And you'll enter ICP in the file name and hit the save button. And at that point, you will have completed the labs. This is pretty much a walkthrough how to go through and capture packets and analyze packets and then export the results using Wireshark. So you're going to do that for the OSI model, and then the next lab you'll do it for the DoD model. The next lab you're going to look at some different networking devices and then networked devices, and at that point you will have completed all the virtual labs. Remember that the virtual labs are required, just like the hands-on labs. So you do have to complete these. You have to get all the points in, and So if you have any questions on how to do those, get in touch with me either through the Canvas inbox or in class, and I'll do my best to help. Well then, have a good day.